On tonight's episode, we talk about The Flash.
And other pop culture news of the week. Okay, we just got back from watching The Flash at the IMAX. What do you think?
It was fun. I think it had a lot of problems, but all the problems are actually marketing problems. First of all, Ezra Miller, the criminal, whatever, all the problems he caused to people, kidnapping and
Breaking and entering,
and assaulting people.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's the problems. Then there was all the time, all the delay, all the postponing. It feels like this movie is being worked on like forever.
Yeah.
And it's finally out.
Mm-hmm.
But after so much marketing, after so much trailers, rumors, and hoaxes and guesses and theories, that a lot that happens in the movie, we knew, we suspected, we respected.
Mm-hmm.
First, because the movie is heavily based on Flashpoint, the DC Comics saga, the DC Comics series, the Flash DC Comics series. They involve the entire DC universe. Of course, they made an animated version. It's really good.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
But they did shrunk a little bit. It doesn't have the same scope. At least we don't touch all the characters that the books do. And in this one, they played with what they had, which are the characters from Zack Snyder Justice League, and yeah, they started from that, and we saw that in the trailers. And knowing Flashpoint, knowing the Flash TV show, a lot of the in the books, of course, a lot of the, I don't know, common people surprises were not surprise for fans. So besides the fact that again, we've been waiting for this for so long, the market showed, I don't know, a bit too much. So there's stuff in the movie that it's not bad, but it's like, okay, you know about that. Okay, you know about that. When it comes to the surprises, some are good. Some are funny. But again, we heard so much about it because they had such a long time to work on it because stupid Ezra Miller. And but overall, it's fun.
It was very fun.
If you saw the trailers and you like the trailers, you're gonna like the movies. The movie. It's the first sequence when he runs to go from A to B. I'm not gonna spoil. It's really cool. It's like you see the Flash running. It's like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
When we see him in Justice League, he's still kind of figuring himself out, putting himself together. This is a much more realized Flash.
Yes.
And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, to the point that he does things that Barry does in the comic books. And he, at a point that he does things that the Flash on Justice League didn't. I mean, I wonder he was not fast enough, or he didn't know. He even talks about it on this one, but overall was fun. It was heavily based on Flashpoint, and then there's a bit of Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, a brief moment.
Yeah, which again, not a surprise because it's been announced that DC is gonna go through a change, and this movie was the dividing waters. Is that what they call?
No.
Divisor waters. It's gonna be the point in time.
Yeah.
Before and after that, and when you see, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. But overall, fun. There's some moments with the visual effects that kind of like
Yeah, that was tough. And I heard other people in the theater talking about it after, when we were waiting for a post-credit scene. That I feel like we've seen similar visual effects executed much better than what we saw here. And it was, like, it wasn't terrible, but it was rough enough that it was a little bit distracting.
Yeah. Well, the director came out. I don't know after I guess it came after the critics, because he could say it before, but he came out to say that some of the visual effects looked that way because it was the intention was to show things as Barry see things. It's just like,
all due respect to Andy Muschietti, who overall made a very entertaining and very fun film. That sounds like an excuse.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know if this was a problem with writing or editing or like with the marketing, like he said, but knowing that certain things were coming in this film, it really felt like it dragged. And it's making me think of this conversation I had with my dad a couple weeks ago. We were talking about Star Wars, like Rogue One. You know exactly what's going to happen because Rogue One is basically a prequel for Episode 4, which has been out for, 45 years? Like a very long time. But even knowing exactly what's going to happen, you're still, like, just on the edge of your seat. I feel the same way at the end of the trench run in Episode 4. Like, I know exactly what happens and when it happens, but there's still a feeling of tension. They didn't quite get there in this movie. So I knew that this good stuff was going to come. And so at the beginning of the movie, they're spending all this time like developing a character and developing motives. And that's all great. But it just felt so much longer than it needed to be. So even though there was a lot of fun stuff happening, it felt like it was dragging a bit. Yeah. They caught up. In the end, like, it caught up and the stakes were great and the action was intense. So you get there, but just, it's impatient. Like, when you know that Michael Keaton and the Batcave are waiting for you, then it's like, why are we still here? Why aren't we there yet?
So again, the trailer, I don't know if it was poorly edited or if it shows too much. It definitely shows too much.
Yeah,
it doesn't do justice to the movie because it kills a lot of the surprise, even some of the jokes. I mean, I guess all trailers do, but this one is problematic that way.
But I guess what I'm saying is, if you have a solid enough story to tell, then you don't mind being in that moment, even knowing that something else very exciting is coming.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I that's a high standard. I know that I'm sitting here as essentially a critic who's never written a movie or anything in my life. So take all that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but there's the thing about the source material is known. It's very well known. It was adapted before. And this one they basically did the same but a little bit different. And
as one does with adaptations, it's the same, but it's also different.
Yeah.
I feel like they did do a good job of sticking to like the core of what makes Flashpoint so compelling, and something that I think DC movies have done really beautifully, and showing like the sacrifice that goes into being one of these heroes, and showing the choices that they make that have nothing to do with their powers, that it's about like their character and who they are at their core. So they kept a lot of like that essence of Flashpoint that I really love, that like Barry could use his powers to do one thing, but what would that cost be? And so that's something that I love about Flashpoint, and they did a great job with that here. Even through all the jokes, every now and then, like, the tone kind of jolted a little bit. Like, oh, we're being silly. Oh, we have serious feelings. Oh, we're being silly. It jumped around a little bit, but at the core, they kept that. So,
yeah,
kudos.
Yeah, no, it was music. For half of the time, I thought it was John Williams because it sounds a lot like. Sorry. It sounds a lot like what he did on Star Wars and even Attack of the Clones. It's like, what the week? Who did the music for this? Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I liked the music.
Yeah, it was not bad.
It was
It was just it sounded derivative of JW, but
Barry's suit was cool. I really like what they did with Barry's suit and the way it kind of like you can see the suit activate as he starts to run. That was cool.
Yeah, there's that, and there's some color elements. You know how his lightning was blue on Justice League, and that's a moment in the movie. And then there's yellow. There's just the whole evolution that they just skipped it, forgot about it, didn't say anything. But
there is also some cool visual foreshadowing. So even if they like mess around with the color of his lightning, there's also some cool visual clues.
Okay.
That we talked about in the car that I can't say anything else about it because I'm not going to spoil it. Just
sure.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
Yes, thank you.
I do what you're talking about.
We just talked about it in the car.
Acting, it's Ezra Miller it's weird. The character is made to be. He has more Wally than Barry, and they made him like the kid, the funny kid that's part of the group, like kind of Spider-Man-ish. Yeah, they didn't change much there, even though it's like it's a battle, it's a fight for something really close to heart, which is his mom. There's constant jokes. Michael Keaton's Batman, it feels like he didn't change much as well. He stays in the same level he did. And the new characters, I mean, Zod, no spoilers on the trailer. Zod is there, and he seems to be more or less the same, even though Michael Shannon this past week was like, I have no idea what the heck is going on. I can't really quite understand what the heck, the whole time travel and changing. Now I'm fighting a girl, and anyways,
it's messy, and there's some techno babble that maybe isn't as successful as it could have been. But you run into this when time travel is at the crux of your plot. Like, it's gonna get messy, and there are gonna be major plot holes because it doesn't ever make sense. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The only like time travel based show or movie to get it right was Doctor Who, when David Tennant says time isn't linear, it's made of timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff. And that's about the extent of the explanation. So if you just embrace it like, yep, it's all crazy and it doesn't make sense, I appreciate that. Versus in this, it's like, oh, here are the rules. But it doesn't all add up. It's just a problem you're going to run into.
Yeah. And there's Sajak, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Supergirl. She does fine with the time she has on screen. It's not like, it's not her movie. She's a secondary character.
Yeah.
And so she does fine as well.
But she's a good secondary character.
Same as Iris. She's so little on screen. Oh, is she? I'm not gonna spoil it. Anyways, Singh actually had a lot of screen time. Surprisingly, they changed Singh into an old guy, which is young in every version. And he looks more like, I don't know, very young Asian or Latino. In this one, he was more like Indian.
Yeah, well, the last name Singh is.
Yeah, but visually, I'm talking the books and in the animations, and even in the Flash TV show. But yeah, what else? We see Spivot, we see Albert, characters from the book that have appearances. And there's a cameo. The director pops. You have to. You miss a blink. There's a post-credit scene.
Yep.
After the final credits. And yeah, it's fun. You should go see it. If anything, is a little bit. It was announced before, so no spoiler that this is the last of the Snyder universe. After this, we're not gonna see a series of characters, and once you watch the movie, you're gonna understand. It is known that we're gonna have new Batman, new Superman. They're casting those. They will keep some in the James Gunn DC universe. Of course, he's gonna keep his girlfriend, a wife, right? And he's gonna keep some other characters, including I'm not gonna give you a affirmative who's keeping, but if anything, the ones we lose, the main ones, the main trinity, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. It was kind of a sad send off of Superman because he's not in this movie.
Yeah.
Batman is. Wonder Woman was in Shazam in Fury of Gods.
That's right. She had her moment.
Yeah. And we had there's a now I'm confused, because there's this whole thing with Batman and Aquaman, right? He was on the set of Aquaman. It was confirmed that he's gonna be on Aquaman, and that was the whole thing. Batman would be on Aquaman because it was set for him to be on the Flash, but Batman will be on Aquaman. Superman was on Black Adam, and Wonder Woman was in Shazam: Fury of God. So I wonder what's gonna happen, but we'll see. But yeah, it was kind of a sad send off for Superman, Henry Cavill. But yeah, they changing course. They doing, whatever the crap they think is work, and even though some of the things they do don't work, but they gonna do anyways because of I don't know, personal egos or doing appease a minority group of society instead of being faithful to the characters that people love for decades, almost 100 years. But anyways, back to the Flash. You should go see it. It's fun, very entertaining. If you still can, if it's even possible, avoid trailers and marketing and just go see it. You're gonna get a better
it'll be more fun
surprise of it.
Yeah. All right.
The Flash is available in theaters everywhere.
Yes.
Starting tonight, and apparently there's a special edition comic book there. I assume it's a prequel. We just got it, didn't read, but yeah, I get one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything about a sequel?
Oh yeah, there's, even though the movie ends as it ends, I'm not gonna tell you how. There's already rumors about a sequel. The director said that if there's a sequel, it has to be with Ezra Miller.
But if this is supposed to be like the end of the Snyderverse, and then like how would there be a sequel?
Well, for the Flash.
But all right.
Yeah, it's very confusing considering that they're gonna have a whole new set of characters, and they're gonna change some and not gonna change some. But there's it all depends on how much the movie makes.
There's that.
We'll see. But Andy Muschietti was just confirmed. There was a rumor, but it was confirmed that he will direct the new Batman movie, Batman and Robin. Bruce and Damian, the storyline by I think it's Grant Morrison, and he will be the one directing, which we'll see, because it's two very serious characters, Bruce and Damian, and the fight they have. There's gonna be Bat Family. There's gonna be other characters there for sure, but how are you gonna balance that? Because this one is very funny.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of jokes.
It would be something very different. But yeah, he was confirmed.
Okay, cool. Michael Keaton did not go to the premiere.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
I researched everywhere for a reason. I couldn't find any specifics.
Yeah.
even though.
I mean, it's totally fair if he just didn't feel like it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it could be busy. There's a Beetlejuice thing coming.
That's right.
I don't know. He could be working on it.
Yeah.
He's an old man. Maybe he was tired and like. Nah.
He's Batman. He doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to.
Yeah, but yeah, there was just a noticeable absence.
Mm-hmm. It's actually interesting because Mark Hamill has said that it was Michael Keaton's Batman that inspired him to audition for the Joker.
Yeah, as the Batman animated series came after the original movie, even the intro is using the original score. And yeah, Hamill was inspired by, you know, the whole Batman and Joker, Michael and Jack.
Yeah.
And yeah, I created a Joker that lasts more than any other Joker.
When I read the comics, it's often Hamill's Joker. It goes back and forth. It depends on the comic. It's always Kevin Conroy's voice as Batman. But anyway. But yeah. Okay. Anything else about The Flash?
Not that I remember. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, and we don't want to spoil anything more than the trailers did. So, if you get a chance to see it on IMAX, I highly recommend it. But if not, just go see it anyway. It's a fun, despite all the picking apart that we just did, it really is a fun movie.
Yeah.
With some great action scenes and wonderful moments of like inspiring heroism and all the rest. So, go check it out, enjoy it, and let us know what you think.
Yes.
But that is not all we watched this week.
Yeah, we finished Fubar, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Netflix show. And it was fun, entertaining, as the whole series was. And it ends in a cliffhanger that's like, wow.
Yeah.
They better give more for the chief action. Was it called chief action
officer?
Action officer.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. The whole cast was very well written. It's very interesting. Meaning on the good guys. The bad guys, there's some weird things about the bad guy, but it works. Still work.
Yeah.
And it's Fubar, so they're gonna have to solve that problem.
No, they did the ending that very last like 5 minutes or so really escalated the scale of Fubar that we are dealing with. So good job on them. Do we know if it was renewed? Like, is the second season coming?
Pretty sure. I mean, they got Arnold. If they don't do more, the idiots. Again, they might have idiots there, but I hope the idiots are not the ones that speak louder.
Okay. Oh, good grief. Okay, we also watched the first season of Based on a True Story.
Yeah, it's a dark comedy starring Kaylee Cuoco and I want to say Chris Messina. It's definitely Messina. Tom Bates. Anyone else that we should mention? I guess and some other people. Some girls and boys. Dog.
Yep.
And
a great dog.
Yeah, Leonardo Liberato. Anyways, it's fun. It's about serial killers, about podcasts, about a couple that got involved in the world of podcasts and murder podcasts. Yeah, it's funny. It's great.
It is. It's a very dark comedy, which you could probably infer from the fact that this is about serial killers. And stuff, and they do a good job going back and forth between like dark comedy and suspenseful mystery, back to dark comedy, but then like there's some really emotional moments, some very like sweet heartfelt things, and then we're back to the dark comedy. This is very entertaining. There are a few things that remind me of The Flight Attendant, and that Kaylee Cuoco is playing a character who's got her own messes going on in her life, and then gets caught up in this whole murder scene. And then we also have one of my favorite devices they use throughout the show is like there are a lot of moments where like something will happen and you're like, what? And then you realize, oh, There's just this person imagining.
Yeah.
Which they do all the time in The Flight Attendant.
Which other properties do, but this one they go beyond. They let some characters do in ways it's like, what?
They use it to great effect. Creative. Yeah. And there are plenty of moments where like you really have no idea. Even once you realize like they're doing this a lot, it's still like, wait, is it? No, yes, no, what? They do it very effectively.
Yeah, they have really great timing. Kaylee is fully pregs on this one, and they made the character pregnant because of that. And she moved out of Big Bang Theory, and she does have this very, very cool talent of portraying, crazy eyes, crazy surprising eyes. It's like, happens on The Flight Attendant all the time, and in this one, it's when someone is putting out of their normal life into crazy situations, she has a very good talent for that. Besides the fact that she's funny,
and she's picking great projects. Like this is not. There are definitely similarities that we see between this and The Flight Attendant, but it is different enough that it's worth watching on its own. It's very
the characters are very different, even though there's some similarities. One is a mom to be, and the other one, alcohol and crazy things, and in this one she has a counterpart, love, half. She has a how do they say that? Better half.
Yes.
Yeah. She has a companion that makes things work even better, because Messina is doing great as well.
Yeah, they're both doing really well, and this is working on lots of levels. Like I had mentioned, like the dark comedy level, the like personal struggle level, the like mystery thriller level. It's been very fun, and the finale. I was not ready for it to be the finale. I was like caught up in it right until the end, and then all of a sudden the season's over and there's no more new episodes, and I'm not happy about that. This is well worth a watch, and if more people watch, then we're guaranteed a second season. So let's make that happen.
Yeah, based on true story. Tom Bateman. The show is produced by Jason Bateman. The main character, one of the main characters, the serial killer, is Tom Bateman. They're not related, and he does a great serial killer, which I hope there's a lot more to come, because it's fun, it's funny, it's very entertaining. Short, there's only 30 minutes episodes, and it does work really well.
They don't feel like 30 minutes. Like it is so packed. Everything is just so packed in there. This is a really fun show.
Yeah. Based on the true story is available on Peacock. The entire season is available from day one, so you don't have to wait. You can binge, and you're just gonna feel sad because it ended so quick.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at the box office. The new Transformers movie. It's out now. Yeah.
Yes, and it took the first place. It took the top out of the spider. So Optimus Prime and his friends like crushed the spider, who came in second, and has been crushing the Mermaid since the premiere. So Transformers made some like 60 million, and people that watched it are really liking it. We're behind some Transformers movies.
That's
the reason why I didn't even try to go to this one is because I think there's 2 Transformers movies we missed, and the one of Haley Steinfeld. I think it's called Bumblebee.
That's right.
That was also praised. That was also good. So we're gonna catch up to that, but it's doing really well. The Flash coming this week, and DC and Warner hope that they're gonna do a good weekend. But again, if they don't, they're gonna change everything anyway. So
Elemental is coming out soon. I don't remember the date, but it's not looking great.
It's not out yet?
I thought. Is it?
I don't know. Let me check.
I can't remember. Okay, well, you check that. But apparently it's not forecasted to do terribly well. People People are throwing the word flop around. This is the latest animated feature from Pixar. And the concept is so cool. Like, all the characters are different elements, and the trailers have looked very compelling, but apparently...
Oh, it comes out tomorrow.
Okay. Apparently it's just not there. So, time will tell. We shall see.
It does have a heavy competition everywhere for all genres and types of movie, even for the age group or higher.
Yeah, including competition from their own studio, from Disney.
Yeah.
Which, anyway, oh well, we'll see. I want this to be good.
Yeah, but yeah, again, heavy competition is in the criticism, the problems that Disney has been going through. Altogether, yeah, it's probably not gonna perform well.
Yeah,
it would be a big surprise and like big, almost impossible. But anyways,
yeah. Right,
talking about Disney.
Yep.
A big shuffle in the release dates and the slates.
Oh my gosh, it's so complicated.
For their movies. Still on damage control situation, still in crisis there. They changing everything. Last week we talked about how Brave New World. No, New World Order, Captain America. Fourth
That's
movie,
right.
we changed the names to Brave New
New World.
And some heavy changes coming now.
Yeah, so Avengers sequels are all getting pushed back. So Kang Dynasty is going to be in 2026, and Secret Wars is getting moved to 2027. So they've both been pushed back a full year. Brave New World got pushed back just a couple of months. Same with Thunderbolt. That's coming out at the end of 2024 now. And Blade, I feel like Blade keeps getting delayed and pushed.
It's a whole mess. It's like they lost the director. They almost lost the talent. It's movies. I guess work in general has crisis, but movies always have some major. They have some crisis, and some have major crisis.
Yeah.
But Disney have like heavy on keeping that secret, keep that tight. When the ones we hear is because it was like very, very bad, and Blade is one that people heard, but it still might come out to light, but they changed dates.
Yeah, so that's been pushed from 2024 to 2025. And then Fantastic Four also got pushed back a few months to summer of 2025. So
yeah, Deadpool is one that got pushed.
Yeah,
they got a summer release in 2024.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be May of 2024, but now it's November. Perhaps they're going for those coveted awards.
Ooh.
Deadpool, by releasing it in award season, No.
It's going to be released in 2020 May.
No. Oh, they moved it up?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It moved from November to May.
Okay.
So it's going to get summer
Okay, never mind. All right, so
it only makes sense.
So my brilliant joke about Deadpool going for the Hotshot Awards was not funny, and now also makes no sense.
It still might get some Hollywood gold.
Yeah, we'll see. The Moana live action remake has a June 2025 release date, and it sounds like, I can't remember if we talked about this, that Aulini Carvalho is not gonna be in it.
No,
She's
The Rock is coming back.
Yes.
Dwayne Johnson is coming back.
But she's stepping back so that another young actress can
I think
have
she's
a
working
chance.
Broadway, something like that.
Oh, good for her.
She's working on all the things. Which she became Moana. She was successful as Moana.
Yeah.
To come back so soon is a stupid idea, anyways.
It was. I'm proud of her. I think she made the right call.
40 years for The Little Mermaid. The Cinderella. There's Snow White coming. There's a Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin.
Yeah, they all had
decades.
Yeah.
And this one is like, really?
Yeah.
So, good for her. They will cast someone else, I guess. Or maybe they will change things in the future. with enough money, maybe. It's like she's like, fine, I'm gonna put the sarongi, not sarongi, what they call
Nope.
the
This is the grass skirt.
grass skirt, and yeah, I'm gonna fly this ship, not fly.
Show them how far
gonna
she'll go.
Sail this ship. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. But I applaud her decision. I think it was a good call. Disney's also set to release 2 Star Wars movies in 2026.
Yeah, it's not clear which ones.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be the Rey movie, if it's gonna be the High Republic movie, or the Mandalorian High, what's it called, Heir to the Empire movie. I mean, set in that universe, because unless they change things drastically, Heir of the Republic, Heir of the Empire.
The Zon series?
Yeah,
Heir of the Empire.
Yeah, it has to have Luke and Leia and Han. They could recast. Catherine Kennedy said we're never gonna recast again because of Solo. But I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
maybe they're gonna change everything instead of
recasting was not what was wrong with Solo.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But still about Star Wars.
There's
rumors about Idris Elba being the bad guy on the Rey's Star Wars, which he's great. I like him. He's good in most things he does.
He is. He's a very good actor.
But if one lesson to be learned, he wasn't that great in Star Trek. So
was it his fault or was it just like a meh movie?
I mean, I'm not saying it was his fault.
Yeah.
But I mean, people don't know how to use him. So
yeah, that's true. He's great, but can he carry an entire film?
Yeah, as the
franchise?
bad guy. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm willing to give it a shot. What's going on with Outlaws?
Oh, Outlaws. This is a new Star Wars game announced.
Oh.
That was the other video.
Okay.
You should see. But anyways, it's a Star Wars game. It looks interesting. There's already a commotion and problems because of the choices the game producers made, and of course the MO of the industry now is if someone says anything about not even bad but criticize your work on anyways, it's like you're a hater, you're toxic, and it's something in the middle. It's like the game looks okay.
Do we know anything about like the premise or the
Yes,
style?
it's called Outlaws. It's about, I guess, just a man trying to make his way in the galaxy, like Jungle says. But this case is a girl, and a droid.
Okay.
So it's open world. So,
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like but it also doesn't look bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be cool.
It's there's definitely that. What's that game called? Acolyte? No. Oh, there's this game that they released a trailer, Star Wars game coming. That one was like, yeah. It's like Old Republic, and there's like Sith witches and.
Oh man.
Yeah, that one looks intense. That one looks like cool. And of course, Knights of the Old Republic. There might be canceled. There's rumors going out there. Yeah, this one, something in the middle. We'll see. It takes place in between episode 5 and 6.
Oh.
I don't know if they're gonna cross paths with the main core characters. In the past, Shadow of the Empire, there was one of the first cross-media experiments that Lucas did. He released a video game for Nintendo 64 called Shadow of the Empire, a comic book, and I think it was a book.
Wow.
And they all takes place in between 4 and 5. It starts Leia and Luke trying to find a way to find Boba Fett and rescue Solo, and they get caught into drama with Prince Shizor of the Black Sun,
even more sinister.
syndicate of galactic criminals. Anyways, we would be lucky if that happens, but maybe not gonna get that close.
Okay. Well, time will tell. For those of you just eagerly on the edge of your seats waiting for more Avatar sequels, don't hold your breath. Avatar 3 has been delayed a whole year to 2025. Avatar 4 and 5, that's right, there are 3 more of these things coming. They've been pushed back to 2029 and 31.
Apparently, there's already images of the next one showing Pandora. It's like, we don't need to see Pandora. We know Pandora is.
Yep.
How it looks.
Pandora.
Yeah, so.
And I'm just going to take a wild guess. We've met our forest people. We met our water people. We are going to meet the fire people.
Yeah.
So air is the last one to take from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I guess, well, yeah, we'll see. Air or maybe earth. Like, I don't know where the forest people fit in. Were they supposed to be like the airbenders, or were they supposed to be like... Either way.
They do fly those birds.
They do, which makes me rescind my former assumption that those were the earth people. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, and in news that like barely counts as news, it's time to say farewell to Disney Radio.
Yeah, they did just sold their last station. Again, trying to cut costs, trying to pivot for a moment of Biden economy crisis, and also the PR crisis they're going through in stocks and trying to make money to stay alive, make more profit because they make money, but. They considered they selling some stuff. They canceled the Star Wars hotel, Galactic Cruise, whatever they call it.
Yeah, Galactic Cruise.
And now they laying off a lot of people, and they sold the radio.
All right, goodbye. It's the end of an era. What's going on with Secret Invasion?
Secret Invasion, the series that comes next couple days.
Yeah, it's soon.
Based on the comic books, saga, Marvel comic books saga.
It is
big,
a saga,
intense,
indeed.
involves everything, and is very, very good source material. Of course, they're gonna like shrink that to exhaustion. It's gonna have a handful of characters. Nick Fury. We just saw a trailer today, which I thought was very interesting. It's like Nick Fury, Secret Invasion. It's like,
it's a different way to
they
introduce that.
Yeah, because it feels like they failing and they need a big name there, even though the big name is in all the posters and all the details. So I guess they have to put the name on the titles. Because, anyways, about that is the people that saw the reviews are not bad. It's actually the worst reviews for Disney Marvel show. So keep our hopes up.
Yeah. All right. We shall see. And if that Marvel content doesn't do it for you, Sony has added a couple of as yet untitled Marvel movies to their release calendar for the next couple of years.
Yes, 24 and 25, too. It could be as good as Spider-Man. You know, the Tom Holland movies are technically Sony movies. Could be as good as Across the Universe, Across the Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse. Could be as good as Venom.
Yeah.
And
it could be as good as Morbius.
Even Morbius, yes.
So there's a range there.
Yeah.
There's a big range. Okay, last week we talked...
It could be the live action Miles Morales that people want to see. It
could. Yeah.
But it's there's no details, so we come back to it.
Yeah. Last week we talked about the Daily Wire film What Is a Woman? And they had a reunion. Yes,
on the podcast on the Daily Wire platform. Matt Walsh, the director, and some of the heroes of the movie, people that give great reports, talks, that spoke in the movie. They come back to discuss more. There's never seen footage, never before seen footage. There, and in special, there's a girl that's fighting for women's sports. A girl that was the same team as William Thomas, also known as Leah Thomas. That in the movie she's in the dark room.
That's
her voice
right.
is changed, and she came to light. She's like no, it's a year
Right,
later.
her school career's done.
Yeah, it's a year later. I can speak now. She graduated. She's out of sports, so it's very interesting. If you like the movie, if you like, I guess anybody in the planet, because the movie is still making numbers up there. If you are like one of the very few people on the planet that didn't see the movie, you should see it. If you saw it and liked it, go check the reunion on Matt Walsh podcast.
Yeah. Even if you're concerned about, I know so many people are concerned about the type of things that you might expect coming from Daily Wire, from Matt Walsh. They are certainly controversial and polarizing, but they raise some really important questions, really valid questions in this documentary. So, worth checking out. All right.
Yeah. Talking about crazy thing, polarizing.
Yeah.
I mean, not that What Is a Woman is crazy or polarizing. It shouldn't be. Yeah. It wasn't.
No, it shouldn't be. Yeah.
But
and polarizing doesn't necessarily mean it's not valid. It just means that like they're touching on some hot button topics that people tend to be on one side or the other, and there's not a lot of like polite middle ground.
But even when there's a thing, it's like it's a push from a minority in general, considering the world's population is like, you have the entire world population is like tiny little bit. Can my raise concerns about the question? It's still a woman is a woman, still 99% of the planet, even though there's a push from media and push from the press. But anyways, about crazy things. New York City.
Oof.
New York City, that was going through. We talked about the night of hell in New York City, right? The fires from Canada.
That's right, all the smoke and the wildfires
to the city, and the city was literally
bad.
red.
And the sky was red. You couldn't see. I heard one report saying that like being outside during that day and like just breathing all the smoke, and because of course this isn't just like a fog or something. This is like smoke is like particulates, right? That it's like smoking cigarettes. Like that's how bad the air was.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Sorry guys,
that's
sucks.
not even the craziest thing about New York. New York, among other cities, have drug dispenser machines.
Yeah, like vending machines.
Yes.
There's only a couple. It's a
free,
trial
right?
program. I can't remember if they're free or not, but
They're
they were
free.
cleaned out really fast.
Yeah, it's not new. The Biden administration tried, but after like getting into hot water for even once people find out that they were about to distribute crack use kits, now private company is doing that through the city of New York, distributing drugs and drugs paraphernalia.
Yeah, it's not all bad. They also have naloxone or Narcan in those, and that's the anti-overdose thing. So like maybe
but there's
could be on the right track there.
There's
like,
actually I'm not gonna touch much about that, but there's problems of people overusing the drug for overdose. So there's another crisis coming. But overall, the neighborhoods, the people that live around that, I was like, oh, we don't like that. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because who
does that bring to your neighborhood?
Yeah, they put that in places. They're in front of homeless people initiative, like buildings for them,
shelters,
housing for them, shelter for them, and the neighbors are like, put inside there. Don't put out on the streets. Anyways, there's this whole mess going on there to add to the mess in New York City.
So, our condolences, New York City. All right, let's talk about some upcoming projects. There was an accident on the set of Gladiator 2.
Yeah, it's always bad when there's a work accident. In the movies, the same. We hope that the crew members okay. They suffered non-life-threatening injuries, but an injury is an injury.
Yeah, and you can get pretty messed up without like threatening your life. So
you're losing a leg.
Yep.
Yeah. Or if anything, incapacitating you from work and be able to provide for you and for your family.
Yeah.
So our good wishes. Well, wishes. Is that say?
well wishes
for the crew
Oof.
of the film.
Okay, there's a new Alien film coming in August of 2024.
Oh yes, this is also part of the Disney sketch because Disney bought Fox. Disney owns everything, so
okay.
this is Disney as well.
Okay. I lost track of
Yeah.
who went where. Okay, we saw a trailer for Warworld. This is a new DC animation.
Yeah, it's post Apocalypse War, or it's Doomsday War, Dark Side War. You know, so it's like the end of what started in Flashpoint, and there's some things on this movie that reminds me of that. It's like I was, because of Flashpoint and because of the Dark Side War, it's like, okay, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna fail, and then Barry's gonna have to go back and fix it again, not like in Flashpoint, but fix it again.
Yeah.
And which generated this new wave of DC animations and World based on the books. It's coming soon. Putting Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman in different times, worlds, realities.
Yeah, like a cowboy Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
that looks cool.
And it looks fun. We'll see. Jensen Ackles is back as Batman, and it sounds good.
Yeah, it looks great. DC animations usually are. All right, let's look at some TV and streaming news. Both Grand Crew and Young Rock were canceled at NBC.
Yeah, there's no news or rumors about trying to shop somewhere else. So, as far as we know, they're done. Yeah,
and but coming to NBC is a new series called St. Denis Medical. And what's going on there?
Yeah, with Wendy McClendon Covey. Covey. She's funny. We know her from Blended with Adam Sandler. She's the friend. We know her from Reno 911, from the Goldbergs. She's funny. She's gonna lead this show about it's a medical drama, but not drama.
Yes, a medical comedy.
Yeah.
I'm here
for it.
Saint
Denis Medical.
Yep.
Or Saint Denis. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it depends on where it's set.
Yeah, it's on NBC, and we'll see. NBC does have a history of good shows. We'll see how doing this with medical.
Yeah.
If it works, hopefully. Hopefully it will. We'll see.
Okay, let's race through these last few. The Witcher Season 3 drops on June 29th on Netflix. Gotham Knights is canceled after one season.
We did know that DCCW announced that there can be only one.
Yeah.
Not like the Highlander, but they said they would only keep Gotham Knights or Superman and Lois, and I guess it was a no-brainer because a Batman show without Batman, how stupid. Anyways,
it wasn't doing great.
So and Superman and Lois are coming back for season 4. It's gonna be 10 episodes. Season. They did announce today that 7 members of the cast are not coming back. 7 regulars. So the only
that's a lot.
It is. The only people guaranteed to be regulars will be Lois Clark, Jordan, and Jonathan.
The family.
Yeah,
the core
the
family.
super family. Everybody else. The John Henry Irons, his daughter Alana, former husband, the former husband's girlfriend, and the Sarah, the girl, is like, are they going somewhere? So we'll see.
Okay. Silo is coming for a second season at Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, we didn't see yet, so we're not gonna talk about it, but it looks interesting.
It does. Henry Cavill's new movie Argylle is going to open in theaters before it debuts on Apple TV Plus. It looks
cool. It's a thriller spy movie. Yeah, it is good. It's going to theaters because better to watch,
Yeah.
There. Quick one about Marvel. Jonathan Majors was in hot waters because of domestic violence. Another Marvel villain, I guess, on the MCU, he's a villain. They got into trouble was Tejo Hewarta. I didn't put it there.
That's right. No, you didn't put it here.
He was Namor on
yes.
Black Panther. He's being accused of rape. being
Yeah.
accused by a woman. So there's that. Things are being investigated. He's denying. We don't know the details yet.
Okay. Showtime is bringing back Damian Lewis for the final season of Billions.
Yeah, Bobby Axelrod is coming back, and he was honestly the best things about the show was him versus Paul Giamatti's character. Can't remember his name. You have to have him back to finish the show.
With a little side of Wags.
Yeah.
Wags. At this point in the show, Wags is my favorite character.
Yes.
He's been the most consistently entertaining.
Chuck. Paul Giamatti's Chuck. I can't remember his last name.
Chuck Rhodes.
Rhodes. Yes.
Yeah. Such a great character.
Yeah. If you're lucky, they're gonna end up cellmates.
Oh, wouldn't that be beautiful? Yeah, their rivalry is like Shakespearean.
Yeah.
It's intense. Okay, what's going on with Jodie Comer?
Oh, Jodie Comer, that we saw on Ridley Scott. What was that? The medieval...
The Last Duel.
The Last Duel.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
She was great on it. She was also on Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. She's doing...
Range.
Last night on Soho, you still have to watch, but she looks good on it. So she's very talented. She won a Tony.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. Tony's happened last week. And I guess was the only worth news I
We're not really big stage or musical people, so the Tonys don't really catch our eye, as it were.
But we knew her for her talent from the screen, so she won from stage too. Nice.
That's cool. All right, the end of an era, a couple of eras actually. So first, John Romita Sr. has passed away at the age of 93.
Yes, he was one of the great ones. Some people like to reference Hushmore, and five, right?
I think it's 4.
I mean, it's
don't quote me on that. I'm real tired.
It's your
I know.
What they call that?
My mountain, my monument.
It's your national monument before it was mine. But let's see. Washington, Lincoln, Teddy, Jefferson.
Yep.
4. That's it.
Yeah, Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, Teddy.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Whew, okay.
So he wouldn't be John Romita Sr.
Yeah.
The Jazz, Big Jazz. He would be there. He was the co-creator because he was the artist, not the writer. I mean, not the writers are not artists.
Yeah. But artist implies visual artist.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, singer. It's not an artist.
Even though, it applies. It does mean all of that. But if you say like this person's an artist, I'm gonna assume first visual arts.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Feel free to correct me in the comments, good people.
I don't know. In Portuguese, for instance, artista means there's a movie called The Artist, and he's an actor, right? Anyways, but yeah, he was the co-creator, the artist that co-created characters like the Punisher, Wolverine, Mary Jane Watson Parker, the MJ. Among others, and he leaves a gigantic legacy. Yeah. He leaves a son that works in the industry. And may he rest in peace with the other great ones. And his talent and his work will live on.
This is less. Well, anyway. Pat Sajak has said he's retiring from the Wheel of Fortune after this upcoming season. Given that he's been doing that my entire life, that is also something of the end of an era. Yeah,
and if you think that's sad, Whoopi Goldberg said she wants to be the new host.
I don't know. I would rather see her host a game show than proffer political opinions. I think that's more her skill set.
Racist commentary. Yeah. Anyways, last but not least, we have a couple seconds, so we're going to talk about the Beatles.
Yes.
Go.
They are coming out with a new song using a combination of old recordings, Paul McCartney's genius, and a bit of AI. They're coming out with a new song.
Yeah, we'll see about that. This is exciting. Yeah. But we'll see.
Usually there's a reason that this stuff didn't get recorded at the time. So
Yeah.
so posthumous releases are dicey, but I'm willing to be proved wrong.
Yeah, it's a Poe song. Poe wrote the song and John sings. So we'll see how that ends up.
Yeah, they were quite the duo. All right.
Anyways, that's it for this week. We come back next week with more pop culture news and entertainment. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.